shelter of my own protection, baby. Be with myself in center, clarity, peace, serenity. I hope you know, I hope you know that this has nothing to do with you. It's personal, myself and I. We got some straightening out to do, and I'm gonna miss you like a child misses that blanket. But I've got to get a move on with my life. It's time to be a big girl now. And big girls don't cry. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. The path that I'm walking, I must go alone. I must take the baby steps till I'm full grown, full grown. Fairy tales don't always have a happy ending, do they? And I foresee the dark ahead if I stay. I hope you know, I hope you know that this has nothing to do with you. It's personal, myself and I. We got some straightening out to do, and I'm gonna miss you like a child misses that blanket. But I've got to get a move on with my life. It's time to be a big girl now. And big girls don't cry like the little schoolmate in the schoolyard. We'll play Jackson and Uno cards. I'll be your best friend and you'll be mine, Valentine. Yes, you can hold my hand if you want to.
Oh yeah.
I better check mine too. Oops, wrong button. Okay.
Welcome to the Eric Worth Show. We're here in Eric's bedroom. Mr. Eric, what's going on in your world?
Struggling with my mental health for many years.
Oh, really? Like, what kind of stuff are you struggling with this time?
Now I want to talk to my mom, and I haven't had other stuff going on past since my junior year of high school.
Oh, yeah, like what?
Wanting to call cops on my teachers at Central High School
Oh, really? And why would you do that?
because I was struggling, and right when I started calling the police, they called Mr. Saldine on me.
Oh, really? And, well, I mean, you know, they are supposed to do that kind of thing at school.
Yeah, and because I was not happy with the substitute for not doing a fucking job right.
Oh, really? And what were they doing wrong?
Not listening to the students, and I got a bad note right to Kelly McGill.
What do you mean you got a bad note?
Because I called cops on the substitute, and then a few minutes later when I had nothing else to say to dispatch, I kind of say, hurry, he has a gun. And Mr. Saldine say, hey, you don't do that! That's so illegal!
Right, well, you didn't really have a gun. I mean, you know, you can't have guns on the crime.
Yeah, Mike.
School property.
Yeah, and Mike Dixon has a serious talk with me about this.
Yeah, that's because you, like, that's illegal to report something that's not true, right?
Yeah, I'm sure our dispatchers heard Mr. Saldine yelling through my personal phone.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, why would you say that in the first place?
To get rid of him.
But why would you want to get rid of him?
Because he was crowding my mental health moment.
Well, but, I mean, he was trying to calm you down, right? And they were trying to take care of you, right?
Yeah, when the next thing, the now one out there saying cooperate with them, I said, excuse me, I don't tell you to do your job like this. Don't tell me to do my job.
Well, it's not your job. It's their job to try to calm you down, right?
Yeah, and the next thing, when now and bears were pissing me more off, that kind of say, these motherfuckers better get here before I attack Mr. Sildine. And said, stop, you're being recorded.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's illegal to attack someone no matter what premise you might have, unless they are attacking you first.
Yeah, and when the non-bears keep snapping at me through phone, I kind of say, and I was getting ready to hang up on them by saying, before I hung up, I kind of say, what do I feel like, huh? After that, I kind of say, what do I feel like, huh? Fuck you and dispatch too, and you guys can have your shitty ice cream back. Bye.
Well, but they weren't even offering you ice cream.
I know. I'm just calling them names, and
But
if
why do you always call people names?
because they're pissing me off.
Well, but just because somebody pisses you off doesn't mean that you should call them names, right?
I know, and I kind of say to now and on there, saying, hey, you have a vagina spider-looking bitch.
Well, that's very rude.
Yeah, then I hung up on him. 5 minutes later, Mike Dixon comes in the classroom to talk to me. And he offers me to listen to some music, and I told him not to. Told I don't need to, but, and I kind of pulled out my personal phone, and I called Mike Springs Crisis to get full crisis to Central High School.
Yeah, well, I mean, but, you know, it sounds like you might have been a little out of control.
I know, and after I called them all crisis, they send down School District 51 security officers.
Well, I mean, they should probably do that. That's what they're supposed to do.
And I wasn't hurting anybody at all. I was just yelling.
Well, but yelling is considered offensive in a lot of cases and also very confronting.
Yeah, and when Kim Flynn came in there and decided to have me be in the cafeteria all day, I was in trouble that day. It was just a bad day for me.
Well, sure, but what did you do wrong?
Told dispatch the light that Mr. Saldine had a gun.
Right? Plus?
Called the now and off their names.
Right? Well, and then what could you have done differently?
Just don't tell them that Mr. Saldine had a gun.
Well, and you could have maybe remained calm, right? What are some of the calming techniques you've been learning to remain calm?
Listen to some metal.
Okay, and? You can't always do that everywhere, right? If you're in a big group of people, right, for the people at home, what should they do?
Don't know, but I gotta tell you what's the story. Then Kim Flynn tells me calmly, match my voice. And after the cafeteria started closed for a day, I went to her classroom for the rest of the day because I don't want to get any more agitate from those substitutes.
Well, yeah, but couldn't you have done breathing exercises to help yourself? You've done that before.
Yes, and it's on my whole school record, not to be in front of substitutes.
Well, sure, but I mean, you know, you can't always control the situation you're going to be in, right? So you can only control yourself, right?
Yes, and that day was a bad day for me.
Well, sure, but I mean, since you're trying to learn from these type of things, what could you learn from that experience?
Just don't do that shit again. But
But it's not always that easy to not do that stuff again, right? So like you have to come up with reasons and things that you could actually learn and do and activate to make sure that that doesn't happen again.
yes, and here's another thing. That cop here in Denver almost did not handle my call.
Well, but I mean, you know, you freaking out really doesn't make people like very comfortable, you know. It
Yes.
doesn't make them want to help you necessarily.
And that cop and the paramedics were both talking about placing me in a psych ward.
Well, but I mean, that is what happens when people can't calm down sometimes.
Yes, but luckily you were able to come get me.
Right, but I mean, what if I wasn't available?
They'll probably take me to the hospital.
Well, I mean, and maybe rightfully so, right?
Because they're saying you either come get me or they'll take me to the hospital.
Yeah. But why were they saying that in the first place?
So I told them now and up here I was going to take advantage of my fucking life.
Right, and they take that very serious, right? Because it's a very serious thing.
Yes.
Right, so, you know, if you learn some more coping techniques so that this doesn't happen, right, and able to control yourself, and for those folks at home, right, maybe they need some coping techniques to use, like breathing exercises.
Yeah. And last year, a year ago, I got taken from Crossroads Transitional Center to go to UC Health Hospital over my mental health issues.
Sure, because you can't calm yourself down, right?
I tried to press charges on Jennifer Rice, and it didn't work.
Right, because she wasn't doing anything wrong. You were.
Yeah, and the cops decided to take me instead.
Right, because she wasn't doing anything wrong. You were.
Yeah, at least I didn't go to jail.
True.
But I was
So-
having to our hold that day, and I was really hurt when I was in a room all alone.
Right, well, but that's what happens when you are out of control, right? And they have to put you in a room all by yourself so you don't hurt somebody else.
Yeah. When I was in middle school through high school as a freshman, they kept me in the ER room with the security guard.
Okay. I mean, but those type of things happen for a reason, Eric,
Yes.
right? Because you can't calm down or control yourself, right?
Yes, and at least I haven't called the cops in almost 6 months.
That is true. That's been a very good accomplishment. on
Or
yours.
the EMS.
Or EMS, right.
And one time, I called the EMS down to the house because I was having an anxiety attack.
Yes. But you do call
The crisis
the
line
crisis
first.
line, right? So for the folks at home, what is the crisis line?
For mental health, so you have to go to 911 every time.
Right, and so how do you access the crisis line?
A card that's posted on a wall in buildings and other places.
And do they have more than one crisis line for each one of the cities that you've lived in?
Yeah, they have a crisis line for psychiatrist's office.
Yep. And so you explain to the people, well, can you call them anytime?
Yes, but you can't call them every time.
Well, I mean, why can't you call them every time?
Because they'll get irritated and it wastes their time.
Well, I mean, they are trying to service a lot of people, right?
Yes.
So, but can you call them 24 hours a day?
Yes.
So for the folks at home, if they were having some kind of mental crisis like this, could they call the crisis unit to help them out?
Yes. Because they get multiple crisis over the house.
Right? Or they try to calm you down first, usually, though, right?
Yes. And when I was having a mental health issue, all alone in my basement, I'm sure you heard me yelling
Yes, you sometimes yell, yeah.
in my basement.
Yep.
But I did call a crisis line that night. Also, I'm sure you heard me yelling on crisis line.
Right, but I mean, some of the things you can do to help calm yourself down, right, are your breathing exercises, listening to music, playing your instruments, talking to friends, doing something else, playing video games, those type of things, right?
Yeah. And there's a mental health issue I had while you and my dad were gone.
Well, what is this?
Those kids wouldn't stop ringing my doorbell while you're gone.
What kids?
That were playing in the neighborhood. That's on the other side of 7th Avenue.
Well, I mean, kids do random stuff.
Yeah, and when they wouldn't stop, I had to say, I kind of said, "Gosh, I can't stand those fucking kids!" And I had to call their neighbors.
Well, I mean, kids are kids. They're gonna be kids.
Yeah, and I kind of did say to the neighbor at the phone, "Hey Shane, how are you?" "Well, I'm fucking not. These fucking kids will not stop ringing my doorbell." "Excuse me, Shane, don't you hang up on me. Next time I'll be calling the fucking cops, Shane, where your kids are gonna send to juvie if they keep doing this."
Well, they're not gonna get sent to juvie for something like that in the first place. They're kids.
I
And
know.
also, they're not Shane's kids. Shane doesn't have kids. So
Yes,
I'm thinking the story might be made up.
but they're bullying me besides that area every time I walk.
Oh, really? What do they do?
Try to follow me.
Are you sure they're not just walking too?
Yeah.
I mean, they could just be walking too.
Yeah, but most kids like to pick on me sometimes.
Well, maybe they wanted to play with you.
I'm too old to play with those kids.
You're never too old to play with kids. I
Those-
play
those
with my
little
nephews
kids.
all the time.
What?
I play with my nephews all the time.
I'm considered a stranger to them.
Oh, that's true. But maybe that's why they're following you. You never know. I'm not saying you should play with them. I'm just saying that's probably what they want you to do.
Yes. And I know I've been tased one time.
Well, yeah, but you punched the officer, lady, so I mean, that's bound to happen if you punch an officer.
Yeah, and I got in a hospital that day, and in a few weeks I go to court for this.
Well, I mean, you're lucky she didn't shoot you.
I was almost dead.
Well, maybe she could have just maimed you. Just saying. I'm just saying, those are not good things to do, right?
Yes, and I'm a widow.
You're not a widow, you've never been married. You're single, there's a difference.
Yes.
A widow means that you've actually had someone that you love, who you were married with, die. You've never been married, so that's not possible.
Yeah. Every time I have a really bad anxiety attack, I feel suicidal.
Well, I mean, that kind of thing happens, right? But what can you do to try to prevent something like that?
Try to distract myself.
Right, well, and what kind of distractions do you have?
All the stuff I have in front of me.
Right, well, so how come that doesn't work?
Because Dad de-escalates stuff. I can't do anything.
Well, I think you escalate stuff sometimes because you've had mental health issues when no one has seen. I don't think blaming your dad is going to solve your problem.
Yes.
Just saying. So maybe you should consider that perhaps it's you that's causing most of the problem.
Yes.
So maybe you should find ways to distract yourself.
Yeah, they wanted to take advantage of my life.
Well, but I mean, nobody wants that to happen, Eric, as you well know, right? And I really don't think that's what you want.
Yeah,
You have great plans in this life, like
Yes.
moving out and having your own place.
any Reese would have been really hurt if I killed myself.
Right, exactly. So, and also, you have some goals that you want to accomplish here, right?
Yes.
Like working at Starbucks.
Yes, I never heard back yet.
Not yet, but you never know, right? Having 2 jobs. You want to move out, right? Get your own place.
Yeah, besides applying to Starbucks, I also applied to Hot Topic.
That's my point, right? So, like, you're already working at Taco Bell, and you like it there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got some great goals going on, right? You want to eventually have a girlfriend, right? This is something you've told me before, right?
Yes.
But, I mean, I think you're going to have to get control of yourself a little, Girls don't really specifically like to put up with some of the drama scenarios. Or yelling.
Yes.
I mean, most of them will get very irritated.
Mm-hmm. And a long time ago, I hacked my old teacher's number from Central.
Well, why did you do that?
Get rise out of her.
Why would you want to get rid of her?
When she didn't do her job right.
Well, I mean, what do you mean she didn't do her job?
Made things worse. So I'm trying to do my schoolwork, and I used the N-word in text, and she put down, "Who the fuck is this?" I put down, "I'm Dumb and Dumber," because I did not want her to know my name.
Okay, but like you're not supposed to use that word in the first place, especially in a school context. So she was not wrong to not be happy with you. And what do you mean she made your schoolwork hard?
Because everything went back to Charlie Payton. And Charlie Payton would screw me over every fucking time.
Okay, but what was that specifically?
They would adjust classes for me.
Well, I mean, but you were supposed to be doing your classes, right?
Yeah, then on the senior year, Sharon Cannon knew what was going on, and she fixed it for me.
Well, I mean, these things happen, right? You can't control every situation. You can only control yourself, right? What could you have done to improve that situation?
Just ask for help.
And did you?
Yes, and he was too busy.
Okay, but did you ask more than one person for help?
Yes, and I've been trying to convince Charlie Payton to hire more special ed parents.
Okay, but that's not controlled by anybody at the school. That's controlled by the government.
For special ed parents.
Yes.
Yeah, and Charlie Payton was screwing me over all the time.
I don't think he was. I think that that's something that you have decided because you didn't get your way. You're not going to get your way in every situation.
Yeah, and I yelled at him every single day.
Well, but like, why were you yelling at somebody in the first place? Why would you think that would fix the problem?
Because they're not doing their job right.
Okay, but that doesn't always fix the problem by yelling at someone. I mean, do you like being yelled at?
No, but yelling makes things worse on me where I have to separate myself.
Okay, so if you start yelling, then you escalated the situation, right?
Yeah, and I scared one of the students one time by saying, "You guys are so lucky. They don't have anything on my belt."
Well, but why would you want to scare somebody?
So they would leave me alone.
But I mean, you already just complained about being lonely. You really want to be alone,
Yes, I calm down.
right? But if you continue yelling and scaring people, right, then you'll be alone, and no one will want to talk to you.
Yes,
And that's not a really good thing, right?
yes, and I got lunch detention one time in my life when I was junior high school.
Right, but like I mean, why
It was
why
a
that specifically?
lunch detention
Yeah.
for vaping.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to do that. You weren't 18 yet. It's not legal.
Yes, but luckily it was the same cop buddies that were handling this. If it was the same cop buddies, they would got me a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you should be thankful for that specifically. But why do you consistently have to yell at people, break the law, and be angry?
'Cause I feel like they're not doing their job right.
Well, but you can't control the job that they are doing. And sometimes not yelling at somebody will actually get them to do something for you.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've proven that, you yelling at somebody else has never gone your way.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you something that Adam Rothrock was made everything worse by creating a plan about talking to the teachers first before I go to counselor. The counselor doesn't work. I go just to Mike Dixon. If that doesn't work, I either talk to Mr. Neal, the assistant principal. If Mr. Neal didn't work, I would talk to Mr. Saldine, but I decided not to let this happen. But when I wanted to separate myself, I told Mike Dixon to meet me at the counseling office because I need his help. Because I kind of yelled, "Give me security!" And Katie Rutin was saying he had to talk to counselor before he calls security. That's to kind of say, "You're too late, Rutard."
But, there was a plan for you to follow. You did not follow a plan. Therefore, things actually happened worse. When you follow not in your own way and do stuff your own way, it doesn't seem to be working for you.
And that plan didn't work. So which I've been trying to tell him, it's not going to work out.
Well, but if you had followed the plan, maybe it would have worked out. It sounds like you didn't follow the plan, period, and you did what you wanted, which didn't also work for you.
Yeah, and Katie Rutin kind of pissed me off once in a while for not doing the job right.
It doesn't sound to me like she wasn't doing her job right. It sounds to me that you weren't doing your job right because you didn't follow the plan that she put in place for you.
Yeah, and she blocked me on Facebook.
Well, I don't know why she would want to talk to you, considering that you didn't take her advice nor do what you were supposed to do, and you were a very angry person.
Yes, and even when I was working in the cafeteria and was at the register, I was doing my job. I kind of said to her calmly, "Go ahead, go. I can do this on my own." She said, "Nope."
Well, maybe she isn't supposed to leave you alone. Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, I talked to the kitchen manager about this.
Well, but I mean, if she's supposed to be watching you, then she's doing her job, right?
Make sure I don't miss anything on register.
Right, exactly. So she was doing her job.
And I felt crowded around her.
Okay, but she was still doing her job, so she wasn't doing anything wrong.
I know, and I felt uncomfortable.
Okay, but when you feel uncomfortable about a situation when somebody else is doing their job, you have to learn how to handle that on you. It's not on them, it's on you.
Yes. And speaking of, she blocked me on Facebook. She's probably following school policies because she's probably not allowed to add students on Facebook.
That is very possible as well, right? So she's still technically doing her job. So you saying she was doing a bad job is not an adequate statement.
I know, and I talked to Lance Selding about this too.
Well, I mean, so, you didn't follow the policies, you didn't go through it, you decided to do whatever you wanted to do instead of what you were told to do to try to help the situation.
Yeah.
Do you not see a pattern, Mr. Eric?
Yes, and during spring break, I'm glad pandemic happened where I have a break from it for a couple of weeks before they start online classes.
Okay, but I mean, you're supposed to be in classes, right? You're supposed to be doing your schoolwork. You're supposed to be learning things.
They gave you extra weeks of spring break because they're setting up online class during the pandemic.
I know, but that's not necessarily a good thing. It just means you were learning things during that specific period,
I just needed a break because of me getting triggered every day.
right? But that sounds like it's on you, Eric, not on them.
I know, and it was a bad year for me.
Well, it sounds like it. But like, I mean, what could you have learned from that experience to take in your future life?
Just went to a different school because when I went to Cherokee Trail, it helped.
I don't think that's the adequate response. I think you should have learned how to control yourself,
I know.
right? So like, some things you could have done to help yourself out might have made your life a lot easier.
Yes.
Right? So like, maybe you should have been looking at it differently. You can't just always switch whatever you want to do to make your life better. Sometimes you have to face your problems and make your decisions for yourself.
Yeah. And when trying to paint in deserve respect, I kept calling by his first name for his punishment.
But you can't punish other people, Eric. You have to learn to control yourself.
Okay.
And there are certain things you have to learn how to do, right?
Yes.
Because, like, here's the thing about that, right? If you constantly just do what you want to do, and you constantly agitate people, and you constantly yell at people, no one's going to want to be your friend. And that's not going to be no fun.
Yes. I just have mental issues because my bipolar got worse on my junior year of high school.
Well, I mean, look, lots of people have mental issues, but that doesn't mean all of them yell at people.
But that year, thank gosh, I got to see therapists every fucking day.
Well, and that probably helped you, right? Right now you see a therapist quite regularly.
Yes. When I left Grand Junction, I haven't saw a therapist almost 1 year and a half.
Yeah, but now you see one all the time.
Yes.
And you have people that come in the house and help you out and teach you things and hang out with you, right?
Yes.
Autism West is a great resource for you.
Yes, the no services in Grand Junction are junk.
Well, comparatively speaking, yes, Denver has better services.
Yes.
Well, do you have anything else for the folks at home, buddy?
Nope. I just need to work on my mental health.
Well, like we've given them some key advice, right? You can always do breathing exercises. You can remember your distractions. Try to do stuff that helps you out, like music and playing guitars or playing video games or reading a book or other things that can help distract you, right?
Yeah, and
Talking to friends.
and I gotta tell you a story from my foot surgery. When I was in a boot at school, when the kids were goofing around in the hallway, they stopped. They actually stopped on my toe,
Well, I mean, those type of things will happen sometimes.
and I cussed the Lord's name in vain. And then Mr. Seldine sees what's going on because I was hurt, and I kept using the Lord's name in vain. And he said, "Eric, don't use that. Well, it's me." I said, "You're not Jesus."
Well, I'm just saying.
I couldn't use that at school either.
Well, you have to be careful what you say, right?
I'm glad the principal handled it.
Well, it sounds like good. But it sounds like we've given them a little bit of piece of advice at home. So, unless you have anything else for the people at home, shall we wrap her up?
Yeah, because the mental health is kind of getting on my nerves right now.
All right, people, we appreciate your time, and we will see you next time on the Eric Worth Show.
All right.